Are you coming to Bonaire to shore dive? Do you plan on diving White Slave? Would you like some tips and tricks to make your Bonaire shore diving experience easier and more enjoyable?
Well, that's what we're talking about in this video.
And we're doing it right now. Hey folks, Liz and Kevin here at the dive site White Slave on Bonaire, a beautiful dive site, an historic dive site on the Southern Coast Road on the west side, and you're just going to love it here. And we're going to tell you all about it in this and another one of our videos in the series on the different shore dive sites here on Bonaire. We're going to show you the best place to enter the water, the best place to exit the water, give you the lay of the land outside of the water, and Liz will actually demonstrate the entry if the water conditions allow. If that sounds like something you're interested in, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel, so make sure you take a giant stride onto our subscribe button, then make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be made aware when we have new content for you to enjoy. But right now, it's all about White Slave, and we're just a little bit north of the slave huts, but this will be the first set of slave huts that you reach on the Southern Coast Road. It is our marked dive site. There is a yellow rock, but once again, you'll see the slave huts, so no need for that yellow rock. And it is a beautiful site. You're gonna love it. It's a very long swim, so keep that in mind. But a lot of marine life here once you make it out there to the blue, to the reef line. A good place to see eagle rays and rays of all types, really, because of where it is on the island. There's a little bend in the island heading down into a bay, so just a great place to dive. It is prone to current from time to time, so keep that in mind. Make sure you reserve some air to kick against the current if need be when you're coming back or at the beginning of your dive. Also make sure you save some air to make the swim back to the entry exit. But all the marine life you want to see here, parrot, fish, any type grunt you're going to find here, any type snapper you're looking for. Good place for eels too, spotted eels. I think you're going to find a lot here. You're going to love it. Liz really likes the site, and what do you like most about it?
To me, I think I like the soft coral about it. There's so much soft coral everywhere. It's beautiful once you get out there. It is a very long swim. It is the longest swim on the island, so do your squats before you come. And as Kevin mentioned, we have run into some current before. So just make sure, that you are physically fit enough to be able to handle a long swim and to be able to kick against the current. But otherwise, it's a really beautiful site with a lot of great coral, a beautiful reef, and some good marine life.
Absolutely. It's also a great place. Sometimes you'll find a bait ball here. There's a bait ball, kind of a resident bait ball that hangs out in between Pink Beach and all the way down to Vista Blue. And so there's a good chance that you might find it here on this dive. It's fun to get in there and swim all around that. So make sure you come down and dive White Slave. Reserve some time to look at the site on the land as well, to take in the history of this site. You're going to love it. But right now we're going to take a look at the land part, and then Liz will show you how to enter and exit here at White Slave. Okay folks, let's take a look at the lay of the land here at White Slave. As you can see, the slave hut's right there in front of us. This is an incredibly easy site to find. There is a yellow rock, you'll see it there on the back middle slave hut. But this will be the first set of slave huts you reach coming down on the Southern Coast Road. It is right past Pink Beach, but a beautiful site, a great place to come dive. If you would though, when you park, you can see where I parked our truck, right over here away from the slave huts. If you can park there, that would be great. This is a tourist site. Non-divers come here. They like to check out the sights of Bonaire and take pictures. And this is a very photogenic spot, obviously. So if you could not park in between the slave huts, that would be great. So keep in mind your fellow Bonaire tourists. And if you could, just don't park in between the slave huts. That can really ruin a photograph for someone. But let's go look at that entry. The entry is easy to find. Best place to enter is going to be here close to the southernmost slave hut. There aren't too many pitfalls for this entry and exit. You do have the shifting coral rock here, rubble. I'd recommend you use the walking stick. But you'll come down right about here to the left of the southernmost slave hut, and you can see where you'll enter. You're going to step in, you've got a little sandy patch here, and then you can see, hopefully, the ruts and holes there in the water once you get in. So use your walking stick to steady yourself to get in. Then you're gonna walk out. I don't know if you can see, but there's still, it's ruddy, it's a little bit hilly in there, so you can definitely lose your balance. It looks easy, but use that walking stick to help steady yourself, because you have to go a pretty good ways before you can actually float, put your fins on, then kick out to the reef. So once again, use that walking stick to make things easier for you. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we mentioned earlier, this is an incredibly long swim out to the reef drop-off. The reef drop-off is about 35 feet of water, but that is a long way. I know it's hard to tell here on camera, but it's potentially the longest swim on the island, so keep that in mind. If you're tired when you arrive, or if you just don't like surface swims, this might be a site to skip for you, which would be unfortunate because it is a beautiful dive site. But once again, long swim. There's not a lot to see in that sandy patch either. It's just a long sandy patch out to the reef drop off. You'll see some garden eels, but there's not a lot of little patch coral to see things in. So quite honestly, you've got to swim it. Make sure when you get to the blue, take a compass heading off this slave hut so you can swim back here into the shallows underwater. Once again, make sure you save enough air for a little bit longer swim back to the exit than normal. Let's go find Liz, and she will show us how to enter and exit here at White Slave. All right, here comes Liz. She's going to show us how to enter here at White Slave. Got some waves on us here today. Nothing too bad, but just be aware of that. They may crash on you when you're getting in. We'd like to come here to this area. You'll see where she's about to step in, where it's a little cleared out of that substrate area. And then she's gonna let this wave pass. And you can kind of see maybe where she's stepping in. There's a slight short channel there. She's gonna walk through that. And one of the things Liz does, and I do as well, is these waves aren't that big right now, but when they come and about to break on like this, we turn sideways. That way you're not taking the full force of the wave on the front of you where you're back heavy, or you're not turning around where you could be pushed over. So just think about that when waves are coming in. She's gonna turn around and come on back out the way she came in.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion.
And then she's just gonna head on out, using that walking stick to get across these rocks. And then again, when she gets to the top of the hill there where there's some coral rubble. But folks, that's the way you do it, just like that. Come on down, dive White Slave. You're gonna love it. Well, folks, that's just about going to do it here for us at White Slave. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate that. And leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. But for now, we're going to gear up, get in, and we'll see you at the next dive site.